Well, John, obviously coming off the positive big win against Brisbane, it's another positive performance, but negative result, I suppose. Obviously, you had a different vantage point for it last Saturday. How did you see the game as a whole and the response coming into the week?
Yeah, no, look, the response has been good coming into the week. We played really well against Brisbane and we got the result that we deserved. Against Sydney, we didn't get the result we deserved from the performance. The performance was good in many aspects. We still know that in certain little moments, we're letting ourselves down, but we're trying to rectify that. We're working hard on rectifying that. The players have been, making sure that we try and stop those little moments not happening as often. But in terms of performance, there were so many good things that I could see from upstairs, we're pushing to equalise. So the last goal, you take in consideration that they caught us on the counter in the last little bit, but we'll start to get really on top of Sydney, creating great chances, scoring, to make it 3-2, then equalising, but it was just offside and still pushing. So the boys were disappointed after the game because of the result, but they're ready for this game against Newcastle.
You mentioned some of those little moments. Obviously, the set piece is probably the main one.
Yeah, it is the main one. I'm a little bit disappointed that the VAR and the referees didn't see 2 fouls on Josh Risdon, because there's something that we work on a lot, that you can't stop. When someone holds you back and holds you down and you're unable to jump. We have to live with the decision, yes. But I'm hoping that next time that they're holding one of our players and not playing for the ball and not allowing them to actually compete. So I think that we can definitely overcome those little moments on the set pieces. That and let's hope that next time the referee and VAR pick it up.
You mentioned Josh. Obviously, we'll be without him this weekend. How do you sort of look at that in terms of the personnel at the back? An opportunity for Kane Vidmar to come back in after his good performances.
Yeah. Look, we've got a few options. We've got Connor O'Toole, who's been going along well. He can he'll be in contention to play. We've got Kane that played against Newcastle, so he knows the way that Newcastle played. Last time against us, and then so we'll wait and see to the last moment who we end up starting with. But we've got a few options there. They haven't played a lot of football, but they've been training well.
Back on the Sydney games, obviously a special moment off the bench for Matt Grimaldi getting his first league goal. He had a big impact in the Australia Cup game earlier on. He's, I think, come off the bench in 6 or 7 games in a row. Looks sharper. He's obviously getting on the ball, having an impact, and getting that goal. So how pleased were you to see that from him?
Yeah, really pleased. That's what we expect from our players coming in off the bench. Good impact, and they've been giving us that, especially the last few games against Brisbane. The players that came in off the bench helped us go on to win the game. And then the ones that came in the other day as well. Not only Grimaldi and also Reece Bozanowski, who made good impact, and then you had Michael Roos who scored, but and it got disallowed, but it was a good finish. So that's what we're expecting from our players that come on to make really good impact and affect the game, which they are doing, and we keep on working with them to help them along with that. But as long as they keep on improving on that side, the more minutes they'll get.
Not counting, I suppose, the cup game against Sydney, coming out against the Jets this week will be the first time we've played a team twice this season, and quite a short turnaround between the games as well. You mentioned it just before. It was a really good performance at home against the Jets last time out. So how do you sort of analyse that game and what the Jets have shown all season?
Yeah, look, we look at that game closely because it's still only recent, but we also look at the last few games that they've been playing. Against Adelaide away, against Perth at home, also against Wellington. and see if there's any little tweaks that they might have made, and make sure that we're aware of those tweaks, aware of different personnel playing. Piscopour's been playing or starting of late, that he went off injured, that we're still aware that he might be okay to play. So there'll be little differences, but we take a lot out of the game that we played here at home, knowing that it's going to be a little bit different in Newcastle, because they'll want to push even more for the result at home. But we're the same. We want to win, and we're going to push and do everything possible to get the win.